project is seed funding to help fund a new international worker at Focus at Monash. So the international student work has been growing a lot, and so we want to help it to keep growing and keep supporting that work by enabling staff to work here, and so the money will help that to happen. God has given us a really great opportunity here with so many international students coming to study in Melbourne from all over the world. It's a really strategic opportunity that we have for the gospel. So it really is the mission field coming to our doorstep. At Monash, about 20% of all students studying here come from overseas, and many of those students actually come from countries where Christianity might be repressed or restricted. And when they come to Melbourne, that might be their first opportunity to actually meet a Christian or to hear about the God of the Bible. So many of these students are actually open to this and embrace the opportunity. So yeah, we want to make the most of this, and so our motto at Focus is evangelise, equip and export. So we want to meet the students when they come here and tell them the good news about Jesus. In God's mercy, we've seen many students come to Christ over the last few years, which has been wonderful. But we don't want to just stop there and see them converted. We actually want to equip them and train them up and mature them so that they grow up in faith and are able to serve for the rest of their lives. And ultimately, many of these students will actually return home to their home countries. And so we want to actually equip them to go home with the gospel as, if you like, ready-made missionaries. So, you know, they are the best people to be missionaries to their own cultures. They know the language, they know the culture, they don't need a special visa. So we want to equip them to persevere in faith for the rest of their lives and take the gospel back home with them. And in doing this, this is part of God's mission of reaching all the nations of the earth.
In two ways. The first way is, I think it gives me a sense of how to partner with other Christians and read through God's Word, so we're both mutually encouraged and, I suppose, continue to be equipped for life in service to God. And I think thinking about the future, I'm always going to be part of the church, I'm always going to know Christians, so I think that's really helpful for me in knowing how to help be part of growth and discipleship for other Christians. The other way I think that it's impacted me is, or encouraged me or grown me for future service is, particularly in thinking about evangelising to non-Christians. I have met a lot of different people from different faiths at university and understood what it is that they believe. And I'm growing in my understanding of different faiths and the different things they believe. So it's also given me experience in terms of how to share the gospel with them. So I think I'm much more equipped to be able to share the gospel with them and to have conversations of faith with them.
Well, I've done about 8 different courses in my time at uni, but just to give you a bit of a sample, I've done Leading Better Bible Studies with Amy, that's really good. I've done Leading People to Christ with you. I've done Christian Relationships with Amy, Christian Encouragement, some ones on spiritual disciplines, on how to read the Bible and a few things like that. Yeah. I would say, I think I've learned the gospel, and I think that's fundamental, and obviously the gospel is fundamental for everything. But I would actually say that opposed to, generally we talk about TNT with maturing and mobilising in mind, but I actually think TNT was fundamental in making me a Christian, so not just maturing me or mobilising me as a Christian, though it did do those things. But doing Leading People to Christ was actually one of the fundamental things that brought me to Christ in the first place. It taught me the gospel and got me to understand the gospel in the first place, which has made me into a Christian that's firm in foundation. I would love to see, I think, the TNT courses being structured in a way that we get to kind of more purposefully bring a first year in and send them through. So they learn fundamental skills like how to read the Bible and how to tell the gospel to their friends. What is the gospel? What underpins spiritual disciplines or different areas in theology, which we're already doing, but we're not doing it in a probably structured and purposeful way, and I think I'd like to see that introduced. Yeah, that's really how I'd like to see it.